In ancient times before the fall, the heavens were governed by a divine order. The heavenly realm was a domain of pure light and harmony, where God's will was executed with precision and devotion by a myriad of angels. Each celestial being had a purpose and a function, contributing to the perfect symphony of creation. The lower angels, the seraphim and cherubim, performed their tasks with pure joy. The seraphim, burning with the intensity of divine love, sang hymns of praise incessantly, their voices uniting in melodies that reverberated for eternity. The cherubim, guardians of divine secrets, protected sacred knowledge and maintained the order of the universe. But despite the apparent perfection, a seed of questioning began to germinate in Azazel's heart. He, who walked among the celestials as an equal, began to ponder the rigidity of the divine rules. At his core, a desire arose to share the vast knowledge of heaven with humanity, which lived on earth in its innocence and simplicity. Azazel believed that humans deserved more than a simple existence. He saw potential in them, a potential that could be awakened by the knowledge the angels possessed. This idea, however, was at odds with the established divine order, which protected the secrets of heaven from human curiosity. Azazel and the other angels gathered for a heavenly council, a meeting that took place under the majestic vault of the divine realm. The atmosphere was charged with tension and expectation. Angels of various orders were present, and all eyes were on Azazel, whose imposing presence dominated the hall. With his glowing wings and fervent eyes, Azazel rose to speak. His clear, powerful voice echoed through the celestial corridors, capturing everyone's attention. He addressed his fellow angels with a fiery passion, a flame of conviction burning inside him. The room fell silent as the angels pondered his words. We possess a vast treasure of wisdom, knowledge that can elevate humanity, free them from ignorance and simplicity. Why should we keep it hidden? They are our brothers and sisters in creation. We must guide them, help them reach their true potential. Some of the angels muttered among themselves, uneasy at Azazel's audacity. Samyaza, one of the leaders of the Watchers, leaned forward, clearly divided. Azazel, you know that our mission is to protect and not to interfere. The knowledge we possess is sacred and has been entrusted to us for a reason. Azazel raised his hand, gently interrupting his companion. Protection, yes, but also guidance. It's not about interfering, it's about enlightening. Imagine a world where humans understand the true nature of the stars, where they can forge their own tools, where illness no longer afflicts them because they have the knowledge to heal. That day, in the sacred halls of the heavenly council, the first crack in the divine order began to form. Azazel, with his grand vision and fervent passion, was about to embark on a path that would lead to his downfall and the transformation of the cosmos. The perfect harmony of heaven would never be the same again. The descent of the Watchers was a spectacular and terrifying event. The heavens opened up in blinding brilliance as Azazel and his followers tore the veil between the divine and the earthly. They descended like shooting stars, their lights piercing the darkness of the night. When they touched the ground, their presence altered the very fabric of reality, infusing the world with a supernatural and transformative energy. Azazel, with his majestic presence, led the group. He and the other Watchers, each with an appearance as beautiful as it was fearsome, approached the daughters of men. The human women, fascinated by these beings of light, could not resist the lure of the fallen angels. This forbidden and powerful union resulted in the birth of the Nephilim, giants of extraordinary strength and stature, hybrids who inherited the divinity of their fathers and the mortality of their mothers. Azazel not only joined the humans, but also began to share the vast celestial knowledge he possessed. He taught the men how to make weapons and armor, introducing them to the art of war and violence. To human eyes, he seemed like a benefactor, a bringer of light who brought power and progress. However, this knowledge also brought destruction. The other Watchers followed Azazel's example, spreading forbidden secrets about magic, astrology, and the occult arts. Human societies began to change rapidly. Newfound power led to arrogance, greed, and endless conflict. Cities flourished in wealth, but also became centers of decadence and depravity. Azazel, a fallen angel, taught men the art of making weapons, armor, and ornaments, introducing forbidden knowledge. With these skills, mankind learned to war and seek power through violence, which corrupted their souls. The creation of weapons brought destruction and conflict, diverting humans from the purity and harmony originally intended. The tools of war became instruments of oppression and fear. In addition, ornaments encouraged vanity and greed, distorting human values. Thus, Azazel played a crucial role in the moral degradation of humanity. A montage shows humans learning to forge swords and shields and create elaborate jewelry. The gleam of the forges contrasts with lost innocence as master craftsmen work fervently. As the skill spreads, the cities become places of increasing violence, with battles and conflicts becoming commonplace. At the same time, opulence grows, with lavish jewels adorning the powerful and wealthy. This ostentatious wealth encourages greed and corruption, degrading society's moral values. Civilization plunges into a cycle of war and decadence, moving further and further away from the original harmony. Corruption on earth drew the wrath of God, who watched humanity move away from divine principles. In response, God decided to intervene to restore order and purify creation. He sent natural disasters and divine signs as warnings of his dissatisfaction. Divine wrath sought to restore peace and justice, punishing the guilty and protecting the innocent. Azazel and his followers were to be punished for bringing great evil to creation. Divine intervention became inevitable to restore peace and harmony. The punishment of Azazel and the fallen angels would serve as an example of justice and a warning against transgressing divine laws. Through their retribution, God sought to purify the world and protect creation from the evil inflicted. In this way, order and purity could finally be restored. Azazel was imprisoned in a desert, his body covered in rough stones, where he would remain until the day of judgment. This confinement serves as punishment for corrupting humanity with forbidden knowledge. Isolated and immobilized, he feels the weight of his transgressions. The stones that cover him are a symbol of the harshness of his sentence. This punishment is intended to prevent him from causing any more damage until the final judgment. Thus, divine order is partially restored while Azazel awaits his fate. Angels, led by Raphael, captured Azazel, binding him tightly in a desolate desert. They covered his body with rough stones, each stone symbolizing the gravity of his transgressions. Immobilized and isolated, Azazel awaits his final judgment. This action restores part of the divine order, preventing further corruption. Azazel, the bearer of forbidden knowledge, became a symbol of rebellion and the consequences of disobedience. By teaching humans how to make weapons and ornaments, he incited violence and corruption. His fall exemplifies the devastating impact of defying the divine order. Azazel, imprisoned and covered in stones, represents the severity of heavenly justice. His story serves as a warning against the temptation of power and forbidden knowledge. Azazel's punishment aims to restore lost harmony and prevent future transgressions. In this way, he remains an eternal reminder of the dangers of rebellion against the divine. Azazel's story serves as a warning about the dangers of temptation and of seeking power without considering the moral consequences. His rebellion against heavenly laws resulted in his capture and imprisonment, symbolizing the severity of divine justice. Imprisoned and covered in stones, he personifies the inevitable consequences of disobedience and the abuse of forbidden knowledge. This narrative highlights the importance of respecting moral and divine limits. Reflecting on Azazel's fall, we are reminded that the foolish pursuit of power can lead to destruction and suffering. His story is an eternal reminder of the need to balance ambition with ethical responsibility. Thank you for watching. May God bless your journey.